We're joined now by Joel Rubin. He is a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for Legislative Affairs under President Obama. Joel, always good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Casey.
It does seem to be a little bit of a shift here. How much of Netanyahu's sudden willingness to deal has to do with the fact that Trump and his team seem to have made it clear, at least Lindsey Graham has said in public, Trump wants a ceasefire and hostage deal done before Inauguration Day?
Right. Well, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict always has one eye on Washington and one eye on what's happening in the region. And there is a transformed region right now, as you know, with Assad now gone and deposed, with Hezbollah basically defeated and having a ceasefire with Israel. The primary backers of Hamas are gone. And so you have that. And then on the other side here with President-elect Trump coming in, saying that he wants to see a ceasefire deal, and with Jake Sullivan now in the region, basically now the Israelis are looking at the incoming administration and they say, well, we're probably going to have to make a move now because the pressure isn't going to be released on us. And I think that for Donald Trump, he sees this as he wants this off the plate, right? Like, this is not an easy dynamic at all. This has been bedeviling of the Biden administration to try to get a ceasefire that really sticks. And so Trump, he sees that, he knows that. And I think for him, he doesn't want to start with having to deal with that on day one.
So the other question, of course, you mentioned the region and how it's been reshaped, is Iran, which has been weakened through the Israeli campaigns. Their proxies, Hezbollah, Hamas, very much decimated, quite frankly. This is what the Wall Street Journal wrote overnight about how the Trump team may deal with them. Quote, President-elect Donald Trump is weighing options for stopping Iran from being able to build a nuclear weapon, including the possibility of preventative airstrikes, a move that would break with the longstanding policy of containing Tehran with diplomacy and sanctions. What would the implications be of American preemptive airstrikes?
Well, if there are American preemptive strikes on Iran, you then watch a situation where we are inviting the potential of attacks against American forces in the region, uncertainty about whether or not they would be truly effective. But I have to say, the guardrails against such strikes, and in particular with Israel potentially striking, have been reduced, with Assad's military devastated and destroyed by Israel and strikes, Assad, of course, being gone. But the air defenses that Syria had that were a protection, as well as Hezbollah, which was in place in southern Lebanon to strike Israel in case of an attack, those are gone now, too. So there really is an open field. And this is a new dynamic, as we're discussing. It's a transformed strategic environment. If Israel and the United States were to go forward and take that strike militarily, it's quite possible that they could set back the program, but it would also be inviting a whole new layer of conflict in the region directly with the United States.
All right, Joel Rubin for us this morning. Joel, very grateful to have you,
Thanks,
your
Casey.
expertise on the program. Thanks for being here.